Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, March 22. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has tabled two pieces of legislation in Parliament intended to strengthen the authorities' ability to arrest crime in Jamaica. The first is a bill which will allow the Prime Minister to declare any high-crime area of Jamaica a zone for special security operations and community development measures.
Criminals operate freely in these communities, taking life, taking property, taking your daughters, and extorting tax to protect you from them. This legislation is designed to give effect to a well-established and practiced security and community building strategy called Clear, Hold, and Build.
The Clear, Hold, Build strategy calls for the security forces to saturate the selected communities in order to displace criminal elements and then maintain a sustainable level of control over the area. The security forces will also engage in psychocultural, social capital, leadership, and organization building and support activities. The Prime Minister insists that the legislation will not be a tool to infringe upon citizens' rights.
Any strategy to address these areas must be comprehensive, sustained, inclusive, and respectful of human rights and dignity of the people. It's not about going in to kill people, and it's the strategy has nothing to do with that.
Mr. Holness, who was making his contribution to the budget debate, also tabled the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency MOCA bill. He said that this, along with the Integrity Commission bill tabled earlier in the year, would strengthen government's anti-corruption activities. While making his 2017-2018 budget presentation yesterday, Prime Minister Andrew Holness also announced a raft of measures to accelerate home ownership for more Jamaicans. Simone Wolfe has the details in this report.
The National Housing Trust, NHT, will begin a housing microfinance initiative on April 1, which will allow low-income contributors to repair or improve existing homes or build their own homes one step at a time.
The Housing Microfinance Initiative provides unsecured credit to meet the demand for low-income households.
The Prime Minister announced other programs designed to address contributors' financing challenges.
The NHT will provide funds to other institutions for lending to current and new contributors to meet specific needs such as titling, infrastructure upgrading, utilities installation, construction preliminaries, valuation reports, housing design, and for completion of different stages of building.
This program, which will also commence on April 1, will give each borrower access to a maximum of $850,000, provided with a loan tenure of between 6 months and 5 years. For the 2017-2018 financial year, the NHT plans to write over 8,000 new loans at a value of $17.8 billion.
With the two policy changes already made, the NHT expects greater take-up for low-income earners. Of note, it is significant, Mr. Speaker, that we are going to be delivering solutions which will be aligned to the affordability levels of persons earning minimum wage.
Prime Minister Holness also announced several mortgage financing changes that will take effect on July 1 this year. The NHT will increase its home improvement loan ceiling to $2.5 million, while loans to purchase lands will also be increased to the same $2.5 million. In addition, any individual contributing for 7 years or more who meets the NHT eligibility requirements will be able to access funding to purchase at minimum a studio unit. And a special incentive will be made to eligible contributors who wish to purchase scheme units.
Subject to affordability, the NHT will offer 100% financing for all the housing solutions it produces.
And as part of its social initiative, Mr. Holness says that effective July 1, the NHT will provide a grant to mortgagors with disabilities or who reside with and care for a family member with disabilities.
The grant is to be used to retrofit, upgrade the dwelling to make it suitable to serve the needs of the disabled.
A contributor who meets the criteria and has a mortgage with another recognized financial institution will also be able to access a special mortgage discount from the NHT. Simone Wolf reporting for JIS News.
And still on housing matters, the Prime Minister has announced a special Jamaica 55 project to be implemented by the National Housing Trust. Over a 2-year period, the NHT will spend $4 billion carrying out upgrading works on selected housing schemes right across Jamaica. These are schemes which were built in the first 10 years of the NHT and which, the Prime Minister says, are approaching the time in their useful life cycle where they need serious maintenance upgrade to shared infrastructure and common facilities.
So many of the older housing schemes were not designed with proper provisions for garbage disposal, common play areas, and amenities which are now standard features for the newer housing schemes.
An initial 28 communities have already been identified, 2 in each parish. The NHT is in the process of identifying additional communities to benefit from this program, looking at the 2 oldest schemes in each parish and then moving on to the next 22 oldest schemes throughout Jamaica. The project will employ an estimated 2,000 persons. In other news, the Ministry of National Security will be acquiring 200 additional motor vehicles for the Jamaica Constabulary Force at a cost of approximately $418 million.
Some 80 motor cars and 120 pickup trucks. We are hopeful that with this first purchase to improve the mobility, we will see much more from our officers.
The National Security Minister was speaking at the recent presentation of a Mitsubishi Rosa bus to the Jamaica Police Federation. It will be used to transport police officers to and from work. The ministry has also identified funds to purchase a sewage disposal truck, which will help to reduce the cost of hiring private contractors to pull sewage from premises occupied by the JCF. And finally, funeral and educational grants under the Poor Relief Program are soon to be increased. Minister of Local Government and Community Development Desmond McKenzie says the increase will take effect in the 2017-2018 financial year, which begins on April 1. There are more than 20,000 indigent housing solutions across the country, and $90 million will also be provided to upgrade those in need of repairs. Explaining the need for the expenditure, Minister McKenzie says the Poor Relief Program has evolved and is no longer just a matter of providing food and shelter, but of finding ways to rehabilitate and integrate persons into society.
We are increasing the allowances for the drop-in centers, the homeless centers. We're giving more money to support those initiatives.
The local government minister was speaking at the Board of Supervision's recent awards and recognition ceremony held in St. Anne. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.